we're going to get to a little recap
Let's
of the
recap
draft. Winners and losers. We're going to hop right in there in the chat. We're going to get to that too. David, first off, we got our chalk. We got craziness, craziness, which you love to see in the draft. Give me first. Let's go and start with the obvious. Your biggest loser.
Yeah, well, let's just recap here for a second. First 14 picks go all offense.
Yeah.
That's the biggest run on offensive players in the first round
many quarterbacks?
ever. Not just to start, but at any point in the first round.
7?
And then 6 quarterbacks in the first 12 picks. So let's just recap those real quick. Obviously, Caleb Williams to the Bears. I still think it's the right pick. He's the most dynamic quarterback. We can talk about painting your nails and wearing lip gloss and the off the field stuff, but I think he's a great football player, and he's walking into a situation with Chicago that's really not that bad. Jaden Daniels, quarterback 2 to the Washington Commanders. That went chalk. Drake May, the Patriots did select him at 3. That went chalk. Marvin Harrison Jr., we were wondering what the Cardinals would do there. He goes 4. Joe Alt, Jim Harbaugh picking the best offensive line.
Love the pick.
Not surprising there to the Chargers. Giants go Malik Neighbors, wide receiver from LSU. C.J. Latham to the Titans. That's back-to-back years they've taken an offensive lineman in the first round. That was pick 7. Michael Penix Jr. at pick 8. That's the shock of the draft because they just got Kirk Cousins, so we're going to talk about that. Romo Dunze, the Bears also had the 9th pick, so they get the 3rd wide receiver taken in the draft, and then J.J. McCarthy to the Vikings. Vikings end up trading up 1 pick. So those are some of the highlights there in the top 10, and then the Bills trading back twice to not even have a pick in the first round.
Yeah, which, I mean, again, you got a feeling like they're going to get A.D. Mitchell, maybe Keon Coleman. I don't think it's going to go outside of there. So, I'll start with my loser of the draft. I'm still, and this is what's going to be the talk of all today, when everybody's asking questions that I want to hear, what the Falcons put out. I'm just still trying to figure out why in the year of our Lord 2024, after you got Kirk Cousins on a 3-year $200 zillion contract, would you draft Michael Penix at 8? At 8?
Yeah.
To sit for 3 years and be 27? When he comes out, this isn't a Jordan Love situation. To me, they're the biggest loser of the draft. If I had to pick somebody in second, the biggest loser of the first round, not the draft, it's kind of hard to say because I don't think anybody did. I would have said the Vikings if they didn't trade up and get Dallas Turner. I mean, I don't know if there really is a second biggest loser outside of the Falcons in this first round. I don't think anybody made a horrible, awful, disgusting pick.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the Vikings and the Broncos being there back-to-back at 11 and 12. Vikings ending up trading with the Jets to go to 10. I think the Jets were getting other offers, and they were saying, hey, do you want to keep the Broncos or the Raiders possibly from jumping you? So the Jets go offensive tackle there. The Denver was left with no other choice but to take Bo Nix. If they really wanted quarterback, and then obviously Raiders go Brock Bowers. But quickly, before I jump in on the Michael Penix Jr. thing, your thoughts with the Falcons taking him at 8?
Makes no sense. It's the definition of a reach.
I don't even know. This is worse than a reach.
I don't even know what you would call it.
To me, this is a letdown, man. I think this is a huge bag. We talk about fumbling the bag. This is one of the biggest bag and it's not even like last year when they took Bijan Robinson early and everybody's like, oh, why would you take a running back? Bijan does multiple things. Mm-hmm. You saw that work out. You literally took a quarterback after just signing a quarterback to one of the most expensive contracts in NFL history. There is no explanation. I think it's beyond a reach. I think it's a reach around.
So if they
not the good way.
If they didn't sign Kirk Cousins several months ago, what would you say about the Michael Penix Jr. pick?
Too early.
I would say it'd make more sense.
It makes some sense. I mean, it's way too early to I think if Michael Penix to me was a mid to late first round guy.
Not in this.
Yeah, I mean, look, Michael Penix Jr. was my favorite pure passer coming out of the draft. Maybe the best pure passer we've seen come out since Joe Burrow and maybe even before that. Obviously, we had talked about the injuries. He's had several when he was at Indiana. But back-to-back seasons now at Washington, over 9,500 passing yards, back-to-back years playing high-level football, didn't get injured. I think he was one of the guys who could come in and help a franchise right away. My question is not why would the Falcons draft Michael Penix Jr.? I kind of like that pick. It's why would you sign Kirk Cousins if you knew you were open to doing something this early at 8 in the deepest quarterback class we've seen?
Well, it's stupid both ways. Like, that's the problem. You're exactly right. It's not. It's the fact that you're having to ask questions on both ends. Typically, with a draft pick, if it doesn't make sense, if it seems stupid on one end, on another end, at least it makes some sense. This one makes no sense to me.
In a division that's very,
That was wide
winnable.
open.
You know, very winnable.
And it could come down to a couple players.
You know, when you talk about winners, look, anytime teams have multiple picks in the first round, it's easier to win. Some teams don't even have a pick in the first round. The Bears having 2 top 10 picks, Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams, I mean, like, I think that's going to be a dynamic duo. Hey, list off some of the offensive weapons they added again. Chicago.
For the Bears? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you added Keenan Allen.
You got DJ Moore.
You have DJ Moore already. You have Cole Kmet already. And you just added Odunze from the Bears.
And you've got a good stable of backs, too.
And the offensive coordinator coming over from Seattle. I know, you know, all of us, we took shots at Eberflus last year. The Bears looked terrible early on, but defensive-minded coach, that defense played well down the stretch. There are worse positions you could come into.
I think 12th.
Drake May is going to have a lot tougher time right now in New England in a division against Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and Tua Tagovailoa, who you're going to have to play all those guys twice a year and trying to make a run in the AFC.
There's 2 sneaky winners that I have. One, Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
I thought the Arizona Cardinals had a great first round. They had 2 picks. You got Marvin Harrison Jr., right? You got basically your Devontae Adams. That's kind of the comp when I look at here, reminds me of. Then you got Darius Robinson, right? When Chop was gone, when Jared was gone, when Latu was gone, when Dallas Turner was gone, you went and got your guy in Darius Robinson that we think's a heck of a player. And then I want to give a shout out to Jim Harbaugh for not doing something stupid. Not that I think Jim Harbaugh is stupid, but I thought if we were going to be sitting here dumbfounded by something happened in the first round, it's because the Chargers moved Justin Herbert to get J.J. McCarthy at 5. Not only did they not do that, they reinforced Justin Herbert with the best offensive tackle in the draft. I think Amarius Mims is actually second, in my opinion. I would go Joe Alt, then Amarius Mims. But I want to give a shout to the Chargers for just not fumbling the bag.
What has Michigan been synonymous with the last 3 years? When they went 42 and, what was it? 3?
Running the football and playing defense.
Exactly. Yeah. So Jim Harbaugh going offensive line is not shocking.
I do think one team that didn't get the guy they wanted but didn't panic when the moment was too big, I think that's the Raiders.
I agree with
I think the Raiders wanted a quarterback coming into this draft. But they didn't want to give up as much as they would have to get the guy that they want. But they didn't panic, and you got an absolute unit in Brock Bowers.
Yeah, and let's not forget, it's a long draft. Spencer Rattler's still out there. There's a couple other guys. But don't sleep on Aiden O'Connell, or Farva, as Blaine calls him. You start giving him, now you've got a guy on the inside, on the seam in Brock Bowers, who can play on the outside too, if we're going to be honest. But with Devontae Adams, imagine, all right, going 12 personnel and having Devontae Adams, having Michael Mayer, and having Brock Bowers all out in the field at the same time.
And I wonder if they still have, is Jacoby Myers still a piece there?
So the Falcons are explaining this. They say, guys, we're very excited. This is Terry Fontenot, the general manager. Add Michael Penix Jr. When you can add a high caliber player like him, you know, blase. It still doesn't make sense. Like, it still doesn't make sense. You say you don't pass that up. Well, okay, good luck tackling anybody. Kirk Cousins is our quarterback. We're very excited about Kirk. We're very excited about Michael. Hell, bring Matt Ryan back. Be excited about him.
And you only weakened the relationship with Kirk Cousins.
I agree with that.
He's already came out, his camps already came out and said how they don't understand how disappointed they are about with the Falcons doing this.
Again, hey, you got paid.
Yeah, then I'm like, hold on, pull up my checking account again? Okay. I mean, they're gonna get grilled for this.
I love that you talk about the Cardinals. I had been talking about that general manager, Osifort. Like, man, that guy, he's the real deal, and they really came to play today. Let's talk about another team that had 2 picks inside the first round here. Vikings move up 1 slot to take J.J. McCarthy, and then they moved up to take Dallas Turner at 17, the edge rusher from Alabama. Look, the J.J. McCarthy thing, obviously, you know, I'm a bit biased having played quarterback at Michigan. I hope he's the best
I think you've been honest about
that's
J.J.
ever played. But I had him 5th out of those top 5. He goes 5th. It just so happens to be at the 10th pick. He missed a lot of throws that I thought, hey, when we're talking about a first-round guy, like those are throws that Michael Penix Jr. is making every time. Those are throws that Caleb Williams is making every time. But he's 27-1 as a starter. He's got all the moxie in the world, and when he had to make the biggest plays, all right, against Alabama in the Rose Bowl, against Washington in the national championship, he made those. He's been coached under the tutelage of Jim Harbaugh. Now he's going to go and be under a great offensive mind in Minnesota.
So here's where I'm at. If you would have told me halfway through the college football season that J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner were both going to go in the first round, one was going to go 10 and the other one was going to go 17, I would have bet my life on Dallas Turner going 10 and J.J. McCarthy going 17. I thought when they took JJ, we were going to be talking about the Vikings. Now, this was after the Falcons did what they did. So I thought that the Vikings were going to be talked about as somebody that screwed up with that pick, right? Not because I don't like JJ. It's just I don't think he's ready yet, and I don't think Sam Darnold can make it to a full season without getting hurt. So you're going to have to throw him to the wolves. But I thought it's like Dumb and Dumber. Right when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go and do something like this and move up to get Dallas Turner at 17 and totally redeem yourself. To put him on the other side of Danielle Hunter, which you brought up, I thought they kind of saved themselves in this first round because I don't think J.J. McCarthy's a 10th overall pick at quarterback. But, again, if you're Minnesota, we'll see.
David, let me ask you this. What makes you think J.J. is the best quarterback to play at Michigan?
I think that when you do what he was able to do, like we just talked about, go 42-3 over 3 years, or really from his standpoint, 27-1, I think his record was, and win a national championship. I think this past year was the greatest season in the history of Michigan football. To me, I give you the edge as the greatest of all time. And I say that as someone who played with both Chad Henne and with Denard Robinson. Now, Chad coming out, I thought was even more polished. But Chad Henne, and even he fell. He fell all the way back to one of those, like the first pick in the second round, and even he ended up being Patrick Mahomes' backup. That's the thing. All of these guys could be Hall of Famers or they could be busts. They all need to take that next level. No one at any position is ready just right this second to be a game changer. All of them need to take this summer and get ready. And we saw one of the things J.J. McCarthy did really well. He got better in two areas from 2022 to 2023. The arm strength increased through the roof, and then accuracy over the top throwing the deep ball. He's going to need to do that again this next offseason if he's going to start right off the bat, which, look, they have Sam Darnold there. I don't know if you're going to start Sam Darnold or if you're just going to play J.J. McCarthy.
You didn't draft J.J. not to start him.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting just because
I get worried about Justin Jefferson.
That was my whole point of what I said was, again, Justin Jefferson is the franchise, right? He is your guy outside of the quarterback position. All right, we all know the quarterback's the most important position. I think if this was 2 years down the road and J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson met up, I think it could be beautiful. I think it's going to be rough early. I think Justin's going to want out. But before we even get to that point, I want to talk about another team in that division. I was very surprised at the amount of Lions fans that we had call in that were kind of waffling on whether or not to be excited about Terrion Arnold because they wanted that other edge guy to go with Aiden Hutchinson. And they didn't move up to get Christian Robinson or Darius Robinson. They didn't move up to get Chop Robinson or basically anybody that can rush the passer with the last name Robinson. They didn't move up and go get. I think Brian Branch having the success that he had coming out of Alabama in that secondary last year, because, guys, I think you can make the argument outside of C.J. Stroud, Brian Branch may have been one of the best rookie in the NFL, like one of the most impactful ones. I like the pick with Terrion Arnold.
I kind of do too.
And again, they said it was kind of 50-50 with what they felt in the fan base, but I feel fine for Detroit. I'm going to trust
what Detroit's it's one of those things, if they would have drafted a DN, they would have called and said, why didn't we draft a DB?
Yeah. So why didn't we take Terrion Arnold?
So you think Lions fans are, to me right now, it's like, hey, now's the best time to be optimistic about everything.
Yeah, I'm optimistic prime right now.
But also, hey, I like that they're passionate enough to say, hey, this is what we identified as a fan base that we wanted. We feel strongly about it, and I'm glad they called in to talk about it. I just think you were able to get the cornerback that a lot of people thought was the best in this class at 24.
Yeah.
And you had to go defense. It had to be something on defense. I get putting something opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, but at least you have one edge guy.
I want to make sure and give you your flowers here, David, because last week, and I want to ask you guys, who do you think what do you think was the sneakiest, not the dumbest, but the sneakiest? last week we picked our sneakiest guy in the draft. And apparently you've been working for the 49ers because you said Ricky Pearsall, and the 49ers took Ricky Pearsall in the first round, right? Keon Coleman's not off the board.
No.
A.D. Mitchell's not off the board. Johnny Wilson's not off the board. Franklin from Oregon
Xavier
is
Legette
not
wasn't at that
Xavier
point.
Legette wasn't at that point.
Lad McConkey.
Lad McConkey. And you know what? I like the pick. I like the pick from the 49ers.
I can't believe he got picked before all those guys. Again, this is as
Well,
deep
we were
as
in the
this-
Senior Bowl, David. We saw it with our own eyes. now.
I'm so excited for him. I can't believe he snuck in the first round. I might actually get clowned now if people go back and listen to that, calling him my sneakiest pick when he ended up going in the first round.
Well, to me, I think it makes you look better.
I think it was a really bad pick.
You think it was a bad pick?
Yeah, I do.
You're a big
I thought there
Lamar,
was receivers who are a lot more polished right now. And I'm a big slick Ray guy, trust me. Anytime a wide receiver can do in the NFL, I'm always a fan. But you pass on Keon Coleman, who's a better receiver. Xavier Legette, who's a better receiver. Lad McConkey, you can have a conversation about. A.D. Mitchell, I think, is a better receiver.
Well, you did call that the 49ers would go wide receiver when I said they shouldn't. I thought they should go defense.
I thought they were going to get another white guy to skill position. I thought it was Cooper DeJean.
I thought they were going to go defense.
Yeah.
But either way, Ricky Pearsall, man, congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations to all these guys. I want
sure.
them all to have all the success in the world, man. I can't imagine what they're going through right now, living out these dreams. I want to ask one more question on the Vikings thing. You were talking about Justin Jefferson being upset. Does he want out now? What could the Vikings have done at quarterback that would have made him happy? Even when Kirk was still there, he was wanting out, right? I mean, what were they going to do short of, I mean, is he going to be happy with getting any of these rookies?
I think he would have been happy if they moved up to the top 3 to get somebody.
He would be that much happier if they had Drake May right now instead of
think so,
J.J.
yeah.
McCarthy?
I think he'd be happier if they had Drake May. I think personally that Justin wanted Justin Fields. I think that's who he really wanted at the end of the day. Look,
That would have been a division trade.
yeah, but we've seen it before. You know, if the offer's good enough, I think a lot of wide receivers are divas. I think a lot of them are very emotional. We see this all the time, especially the best ones. I hope Justin will give JJ a chance. And who knows, maybe Sam Darnold can just put together enough to where it gives JJ time and Justin can see it and believes in it. I just feel like Justin's the J.G. Wentworth situation. I want my ring and I want it now.
I had a college coach this week who coached against Michigan and J.J. McCarthy tell me, hey, everyone here in our camp, no one would be surprised if J.J. McCarthy ends up being a franchise quarterback for a team, gets to a second contract, all of that, has a great career, and none of us here would be surprised if he ends up being a quote-unquote bust, whatever you define as that, or having like a Zach Wilson first couple
Well,
of
you
years.
got picked in the top 10, dog.
I think Chad Henne's going to have a better career than J.J. McCarthy.
in the NFL.
Wow. Hey, Chad went in and performed when it mattered most.
Yeah, Chad's got
yeah.
Two
dogs,
Super
bro.
Bowl rings.
Yeah,
Chad's
he
a
did.
dog.
Yeah,
Don't
he
let him-
did.
He's just behind Patrick Mahomes.
But no, look, it was a very exciting first round. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. Anything else stand out to you guys?
Chop Robinson going to the Dolphins.
Miami not reaching for something.
Chop
Yeah.
Robinson going to the Dolphins.
Talks
I mean,
about
we talked
offensive
about-
coaches picking defensive
Hey,
guys.
Rams, Jared Verse,
Sean
offensive
McVay.
coaches going defensive line, and then Brian Thomas Jr. going to Jacksonville. I
Man.
can't wait to see this. I can't
Dude,
wait. man.
Trevor Lawrence, he's probably petting some labradoodle or something right now, just watching the TV smiling. That's the way I feel about it. But hopefully you smiled by watching our stream, guys. Great stuff. Everybody in production. This was a
Yeah, I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, everybody here. Justine, Skylar, Austin, Mike, Justice, Steve, Andrea, Jeff, whoever else is here. If I
Yeah,
missed your
Trey.
name.
I'm going to catch
Trey,
up on these
Trey.
donations real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
All right, $5 donation from Q-Smo Jimbo. I'm with my buddy and his fiance. I'm a Giants fan. He's a Bills fan. She's a Jets fan.
Oh,
From New York, we're repping the hashtag Booster Club.
you love
tonight.
to see it.
Appreciate it. So $5 donation from Steve's Trading Card Frenzy. Steve, probably only Buckeye in the chat, to be honest. Where do you think MHJ is going? Well, buddy, I'll tell you, he's going to the Cardinals.
I'm going to guess Cardinals at 4.
Probably to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Pumping Badger, $5 donation. Hey, Cone, your boy McCarthy is going to be a bust. I'm cursing you now. As for Harbaugh, I wish you all the luck. Go Badgers.
God, your mustache, the humping badger, it's just a who's who.
Oh, man.
All right, let's go to a $2 donation from Son of Man. Lady Ballers 2, lingerie football, mount up.
You love to see it. I think Lady Ballers 2, go balls out's the way to go.
$5 donation from Justin, calling it now. Blaine will be the first pick of the NFL draft. They called me. I said it down.
He shut it down. He said no. I'm proud of you for that.
$2 donation from Braden Griffs. Who's Caleb Williams? Give me David Cohn.
I love it.
$5 donation from Mott Stick Stacy.
No way.
The boys in the set look great tonight. Thanks for all you do.
Appreciate you.
Mott Stick
Get you
I'm not allowed to talk about
Get
it.
you some Mott Sticks and marinara.
$5 donation from Heartbroken Hog. Are y'all staying on the entire night? And will y'all take calls all night, trying to call them between the Packers and the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Got you in there. $5 donation from Practical Bible Studies. Which first-round QB will benefit most from going to the team that picked them?
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. $5 donation from Blaine's Mustache. I miss you, Blaine. Quit talking shit on Twitter. $5 donation from Joshua Pizzold. What's up, fellas? Just got JJ between 11 and 20 at plus 490. Also, hope my dogs have a great day.
Oh, that Jets
Damn, they traded
trade.
up.
That's tough, bro. I lost some money today, too. You're not alone. $5 donation from Charles Dossett. Mark this down, though. Williams will be the biggest bust in the history of the NFL.
Wow, Jamarcus
He will be
is
injured
big.
within his first year and replaced within 2.
Jamarcus is pretty big.
Oh, man, not after Jamarcus Russell. I mean, heck, we
He
were
may
talking
be
about
the-
Mitch Trubisky went to the Bears at 2. Come on, man.
Kyle Frick, $5 donation. Can we agree that sunglasses inside are a stupid move?
They are a stupid move. Unless like you need him to be able to see and just want to look cool.
Or unless you're Roy Orbison or something like that.
$5 donation from Blaine's
Hey, hold on.
Mustache.
You know my mom told me not to get a tattoo of Roy Orbison
well,
on my ass.
What about that, though?
But Mama don't
Mama don't know.
$5
That's the only time I've ever been able to use that, so I had to do it.
$5 donation from Blaine's Mustache. Telling Blaine I miss him and getting ignored feels almost as bad as missing a 1K bet. Do you guys think Miami keeps that 21 and trade for more picks? They do.
What's going on with you and your mustache, man?
Look, you can't come out, all right, and talk crap and expect to return to my face.
Look,
Right?
Blaine's mustache, don't listen to this guy.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
It's a sick, sick puppy.
$2 donation from Larry Lease. New era for Arizona.
Yes.
Let's get it, boys.
Look, I'm telling you, I think Arizona has a gripe that they won the first round.
I'm not a big Kyler Murray fan, but I like this front office, though,
Yeah.
they put together.
$5 donation from Mark Erdman II. Was Mott Stacy the one who got away?
Yeah.
$5 donation from
Yeah,
Mott.
only you can answer.
$5
that.
donation from Mott Stick Stacy. I'm not the one who got away. I'm the tortoise, playing the long game for the last single crane. Who put y'all up to this? Cousin Eugene, $5 donation. The Bears went from painting the field with their blood to painting their nails. So,
Oh, man, that is weird.
$2 donation from Andrew Hodge, GLHF.
GLHF. Go.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun. Goats, lemurs, Hondas, and frogs.
$5 donation from Steve's Trading Card Frenzy. I'm happy for MHA, even though he will be taking a pay cut to play for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Got to work tomorrow, so I'm off to bed. Have a great night, guys. You too,
Steve, you're the
Steve.
best, man.
$20 donation from David S. Blaine, quit ignoring donuts from your mustache you murdered. You mustache murdering fiend.
This thing is so all over the place.
$20 donation from Mott Stick Stacy.
Jesus.
I'll never forget the way Blaine's eyebrows furrowed as I looked at him from a mozzarella massacre. I've always loved the beautiful brows and mustache.
No way.
I watched Baby Reindeer, and I kept thinking that chick was Mott Stick Stacy.
No way.
$5 donation. Does Auburn Twitter put out a tweet for Bo when he's picked?
I would.
Checked.
I would.
Hang on to anything right now.
Yeah, God, please. Can you just touch Peyton Thorne in the face?
$2
Did some great things at Auburn, man.
Yeah, you did.
$2 donation from Anything Goes. I don't see anything under that. Appreciate the donation. $5 donation from Leo Maltos. Shout out Caleb and JJ. Welcome to the North. We'll either have more wins against Green Bay than Justin Fields.
Oh, you read that one earlier.
You had 0.
Yeah. Yes, they will.
All right. I think I read that.
I like your shoes.
I don't think I read Trevor Lamont. $5 donation.
I love he said that with a French accent. Lamont. Trevor
says-
Lamont.
I'm a Falcons fan. For the love of God, someone help me.
Yeah, Trevor, like, look, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sorry. Like, this is like when like somebody's dog dies. I'm like, I don't know the words to make you feel better.
$2 donation
Some
from
ice cream.
From Chris Dumas. How stoked were you boys to see that set? Hashtag money.
This thing is
Super stoked. This is
man.
incredible.
Our whole team here did an awesome job.
Yeah, this is dope.
$2 donation from Jane Stallings. Philip Duke's rant on Twitter is amazing.
Philip Dukes.
Dukes go off on somebody.
Dukesy say.
What did Dukesy say?
$5 donation from Mark Pick. Another Alaska booster about rule changes. The new kickoff rule going to affect later round picks. Go Cougs, pack 2 for life.
Pack 2 for life.
I don't know, man. We'll see. That's a great question. Another $2 donation from Chris Dumas. Beat-ass is out at Dallas. It's Bass or Hoffman at center.
Oh, he's talking about the pick on the Penix pick. He's a big Falcons fan. He's he's not happy.
Is he going off?
Yeah,
Good. I'd go off too. You
I
could have
would
died. You Dallas Turner. You lost me $1,000.
Look, the real question is, when am I directing the hype video again? Y'all haven't been back to the Super Bowl since then.
Yeah.
My phone hadn't rung once.
I don't know. They went to the Super Bowl and lost. We're up 28-3 and lost.
You know what? Not because of the hype video. I got him there.
Rumor has it right when they got
credit for the wins.
Rumor has it right when they got to 28-3, somebody, Matt Ryan, looked at somebody and said, "Man, I have a bad feeling that hype video is going to come back to get us."
God, now I think back, that was a fun shoot. Matt Ryan, Mohamed Sanu, Julio Jones was a pain.
Mohamed Sanu,
Was
that's
a
his name.
dog.
Shout out Rutgers.
$10 donation from Jimbo's Money Bag. Best draft experience I've had in a good while.
Let's go.
The Booster Club cannot be beat, and Darby Lou's the queen. Thanks to CNC Crew for an awesome stream. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
$5 donation from 9 Mil Norm. Not only did the Niners not get the best receiver, they didn't even get the best white receiver.
Hey, don't hate on white boy Rick.
You're right, though.
Devin21 said Auburn football did not tweet about Bo Nix.
Don't blame him.
I wouldn't either.
I'd have left, too.
I wouldn't know.
That's all the donuts, guys.
Wow.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Got some great content for you tomorrow as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Again, thanks to everybody here, production crew, for staying up late with us. We appreciate you guys. And like the Falcons' chances of not
card?
pissing everybody off, I don't have my card. It's going. Imaginary card. There's
Here,
the catch.
here.
Oh, hear it. Going.
That one's
Didn't hit the ground.
in the bag.
Didn't hit the ground.